Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Friday Show. I'm Calvin Aguirre, bringing you world news. The Russia-Ukraine war is heating back up, as according to the New York Times, Russia has sent 55 missiles into Ukraine. Even though Ukraine's Air Force shot down 47 of the missiles, several still found targets and resulted in the deaths of 11 people and caused extensive damage across Kyiv. The attack started at about 10 a.m. local time and continued for over an hour. The attack seems to be in response to German and American announcements that the NATO allies will be sending advanced tanks into Ukraine. However, the tanks are not even expected to arrive for months. Ukraine has also made requests for advanced fighter jets from NATO to protect themselves from Russian aggression. The war is expected to increase in severity in the coming months as spring approaches. In other news, CNN is reporting of a newly discovered asteroid that made one of the closest approaches to Earth ever. The asteroid is about the size of a box truck and flew over the southern tip of South America at 7:27 p.m. yesterday. The asteroid transformed into a fireball once it entered the atmosphere and disintegrated. That's all I have for world news this week, so let's head to Jack, National News.
Thanks, Colin. A winter storm warning had been issued Tuesday evening for states stretching from Ohio to parts of New Mexico. This weather has impacted more than 18 million people. Areas in Indiana can expect 4 to 11 inches of snow, with areas in Arkansas possibly seeing 6 to 10 inches. The weather is affecting New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan. The Department of Justice, along with several states, are suing Google, claiming that the company has gained dominance over nearly half of the online advertising space. This is the second time the DOJ has filed a litigation against the company, claiming in 2020 that Google had made a monopoly over internet search traffic. Google has held the top spot for a long time, taking 30% of all ad space last year. The DOJ is claiming that Google is blocking people from putting their own advertisements on the web and then raising prices due to the small amount of competitors. And we will hear from Wyatt with State News after the break.
GFL Environmental is one of the nation's largest providers of solid waste collection, transfer, recycling, and disposal services. GFL Environmental is an outstanding service business that is locally managed by professionals living and working in the communities they serve. From providing essential waste and recycling services to assisting local governments and sponsoring community organizations, putting the community first is the top priority. That's GFL Environmental.
Welcome back. I'm Wyatt with State News. According to MLive, last Sunday, a man and his 2 daughters broke through the ice and into the freezing waters of the Holland Lake on the west side of the state. Luckily, the girls escaped. Tragically, however, the father, John Paul Dowler, was unable to escape and died. The daughters are currently recovering but are in need of emotional and financial support after the passing of their father. Extremely tragic news. MLive is reporting that the Ann Arbor City Council has joined President Biden in trying to forgive the $400 billion in student loan debt. The City Council voted unanimously to ratify the city administration's decision to sign an amicus brief supporting the Biden administration's program. Ann Arbor, the home of the University of Michigan, is not the first city to sign it, joining dozens of other cities in the fight to eliminate student debt. Many members of the City Council have came out saying that they are glad that they chose to sign it. Maybe students will see some debt relief soon. Now to Peyton with local news.
Thanks, Wyatt. On Tuesday, ABC 12 News reported that Flint police located a 40-year-old woman who allegedly kidnapped her infant son from Bethany Christian Services in Flint on Monday morning. Flint police say Janelle Marie Bunstead was taking part in a supervised visit with her son when she left the office at 111 East Court Street with him around 1:20 p.m. She returned the child on Tuesday morning. Authorities did not announce any charges against Bunstead. The investigation into the child's alleged kidnapping continues. Last week, at the Montrose Township Board meeting, the Township Planning Commission recommended changes to the township's master plan that will require a 63-day waiting period before wind or solar farms are approved. The Tri-County Citizen also reported that the township's move clears the way to revamp the ordinances dealing with wind and solar farms. And that is the big deal here because there has been so much angst from residents statewide about the impact of wind and solar facilities. Are they a good thing to battle climate change, or do they hurt property values? We'll stay on this story. And after the break, you will hear from Noah and Owen with sports. You are watching The Friday Show.
Are you looking to add value to your home or business? Barrett Construction specializes in home and business remodeling improvements of all kinds, from deck, siding projects to bathroom, bedroom, cabinets, and kitchen remodeling. Pat Barrett and his Barrett Construction team does it all. Need help turning your attic or basement into a family living space? Barrett Construction can do the job. To add curb appeal to your home or business, make the right choice and call Barrett Construction.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Noah Gross, bringing you college and professional sports. College hoops has been underway for a couple months, and the Michigan Wolverines are looking steady at 11-10 on the season. They caught an L to the Purdue Boilermakers, final score in a close one, 75-70. Michigan will host the Nittany Lions from Penn State this Saturday. Tip-off is slated for 12 p.m. The Michigan State Spartans, on the other hand, are looking solid at 15-7 after they played the Hawkeyes out of Iowa. Final score in a close, heated battle, 63-61. Next up for the men in green and white will be the Purdue Boilermakers, who are 20-1 and are ranked number 1 in college basketball. Tip-off is set for 12:15 p.m. The Detroit Pistons had a very rough season so far, as they are in last place in the Eastern Conference with a record of 13-37. This is due to 2021 first overall pick Cade Cunningham being out for the rest of the season. But not all hope is lost. According to ESPN, the Pistons have the highest odds to get the first overall pick, meaning that they could get the generational talent Victor Wembanyama. But as for now, we'll have to wait and see. That's going to do it for college and professional sports. Now over to Owen with Hometown Sports. Owen?
Thanks, Noah. Hello, everyone. I'm Owen with Hometown. The varsity girls team is currently 5-8 on the year. In the last game, the Lady Rams traveled away from home and battled out with the Durand Railroaders. Lady Rams lost a tough one with a score of 57-38. Tonight, the Lady Rams will take on the Chesaning Indians away from home. Remember that the game can be seen on the NFHS network. The varsity boys basketball team is 7-6 on the year. On Tuesday, the Rams faced off with the Durand Railroaders, and the Rams lost a tough fight with a final score of 78-52. Leading the scoreboard for the Rams was Evan Hockey with 17. Topher Allen also chipped in 9 for the Rams. The boys will go on the attack. The boys will also be on the attack tonight with the Chesaning Indians tonight at 7 p.m. Don't forget, you can watch the game on the NFHS network. That's going to do it for sports. Now over to Austin with this week's announcements.
Good afternoon. I'm Austin with this week's school announcements. A Segment 2 driver's education class will be held on February 21st to the 23rd from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. See Ms. Maloney for a contract. Class of 2023, make sure you vote for the yearbook senior favorites located on Google Classroom. The deadline for voting is today. As a reminder, senior quotes are due to the yearbook by March 1st. Make sure you get them in fast because there's limited time and space. If you have any questions about broadcasting, please visit MDM-TV.com for updated schedules, pictures, and digital media announcements. Check out our Facebook and follow us on Twitter. That's all for today. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Now here's Colin for a final word.
Thanks, Austin, and thank you all for tuning into The Friday Show. Make sure to come back next week for more news, sports, and school updates. As always, I've been Colin O'Gore with The Friday Show, and from the entire MDM-TV crew to you, thank you, and good night.